I want to tell you about the 5 steps to reclaiming your life and your health in your future. The 5 steps. Some key things that I have found that actually can revolutionize how you get from point A to point B in terms of changing those things in your life. Now, number 1, the first thing is my wife and I, my family, we learned to survive crisis together as a team. This is so critical. You work together. So if the crisis comes and you're not a team, stop. Everything must stop. We've got to be on the same page as a couple. There are big decisions that need to be made. You're not on the same page. You're not on the same team. You're fighting against each other. Stop. Get help if you need to, but everything, you as a couple have to be in cahoots, if you will, work together as a team. That's so critical. So number 1, again, we learn to survive crisis together. Number 2, we never remain satisfied with simple or even unhelpful answers from doctors. So I'm talking through kind of some health stuff this week. We did not settle for just an answer from a doctor. We studied, we learned, we read. I can't count how many books on nutrition and health and Crohn's and autoimmune diseases I've read that have been some helpful and some not, to find answers that have changed our life. We never remain satisfied with simple or even unhelpful answers from doctors. We were intentional at growing in our own maturity and our own knowledge so that we could actually make the decision for ourselves. Third, we were open to almost anything and willing to try almost anything. At one point, I found myself at someone's house laying on a table with a copper bowl in my gut, bong, going, what in the world am I doing? And so thankful for that guy, that doctor, who actually took risks and taught us how to eat better and how to really find out what was triggering certain flare-ups and change my diet and see that the stress that I was under and the way that I was living was actually perpetuating the problem. And small tweaks and great gains, that was imperative. So we were willing to try anything. We spent so much money on powders and on supplements and on all sorts of things. A lot of it that didn't work and a lot that did. That's the thing. We were willing to take the risk. Things that I would had doctors tell me that doesn't work. There's not enough data on. And it worked. And the irony is now they're sold everywhere. I started probiotics 15, 16 years ago. Life-changing. But yet back then that was not seen as something that had enough data behind it. So be willing to try anything. Fourth, I had the 2 things the docs we found required in order to do this. The 2 things. That kind of sounded weird to say it that way. 2 things the doc that I saw required of me. He said, I can't help you if you don't have these 2 things. I talked about them yesterday, remember? A great marriage and love your work. Duh and duh. Those are imperative. So if you don't, that's where we need to start. We need to get your marriage on track. We need to get the way you see your work and or change your work on track. And then things will fall in line. Things can fall in line with the right plan, with the right help. And then 5th, we were best friends as a couple. Ties into the last, goes back to the first. Who you are as a couple changes everything. If you're not okay as a couple, your stress is higher and there's impact on your body. When your body's in a constant state of arousal in terms of stress, your organs are packing fat around them. There's problems. There's unhealth. We need to address that. And what's so awesome is that can be changed and without much tweaking, if you will. So let me walk through those again. First, we learn to survive crisis together as a team, as a couple. Second, we never remain satisfied with simple or even unhelpful answers from doctors. Third, we were open to almost anything and willing to try almost anything. Fourth, I had the 2 things the doc we found required in order to do this: a strong marriage and love my work. And 5th, we were best friends. I hope you have these, and if you don't, let's talk. Let's get on the phone, Zoom call, let's talk. Let's see if we can actually change everything for you. And I promise it's actually not huge, big changes. It's small ones. It's sometimes hard to figure what those are. And to have someone in your corner to help push you can be life-changing in a short amount of time. Go to bookdrg.com, and we can actually find a time to talk and to see your marriage, see your family, see your health transformed over the next few months. I promise it can happen. Why? I believe in a God that's He transforms. He's a redeemer. He wants to have us healthy and whole. And I believe Satan wants everything and every power he has to destroy, to hurt, to make you small. So let's remain powerful for the gospel, for the impact of others, and serving others. So bless you. Thank you for tuning in to the Family Features Podcast. It has been an honor to serve. Find out more about Dr. Gilbert and his resources for you and your family's growth and success at healinglives.com. And if you think you could use some support along the way, be sure to book that call at bookdrg.com. And one more thing, if you found this helpful, please share this podcast with others so that we can change the world together.